Hello everyone, I'm Havoc, and this is Factorio Space Exploration Plus. And we're picking up pretty much right where we left off. The only thing we're doing here is... no, not sulfuric acid. Whoops, rocket fuel. Heavy oil, liquid rocket fuel, there we go. I need to get this set up so that we can get our rocket fuel to go home. Now, another thing that I need to do is probably tell all of this stuff that it needs to get out of here. Because this is our landing pad. And not being able to use our landing pad won't be good. Oh, the good news is, though, this gives us a bunch of extra rocket pieces that we can use to build the next rocket to get home with. We also already have all the sulfuric acid we're going to need for a little bit. I will probably unload the sulfuric acid right at the iridite that we're going to mine. Hey, you know what? Let's see if we can get enough power. Let's do a little something here. I'm curious now. Can I mine a little bit of the iridite and bring it back with me? I mean, really, I'd like to process it locally and then bring back the processed items. But yeah, it's not a perfect world. We might have, forgotten, the ability to bring water from the ground. I mean, I could pump water from right over here down to there, but that's excessive when I can just use water fill right beside the nuclear reactor and it will all be good. There. So that gets our robots and our power up here. So let's have a look-see at what the miners can do for us. I'm assuming the ore stacks normal, just like all the other ores do. There won't be any kind of crazy, like it stacks to 10 or anything like that. I don't expect, I should say. You never know. But I'm hoping not anything crazy. So yeah, it takes the sulfuric acid. We're gonna try and sneak power in every so often. And then we will underground our power poles. Pretty sure I have a blueprint, or had a blueprint, but at this point my inventory is getting out of control. So I'm not even going to bother looking for it. It's probably faster, notice I say probably, to simply place it by hand at this point. Now, powering this thing should be as simple as doing that. Now we got to get sulfuric acid into this, and I think the best way to do this would be to combine these two together up here and probably just drop down one of these to empty sulfuric acid. And we're going to do the same thing where I just want it to empty as much as it can. Boom. Power for this setup. Oh, what a shame. I'll put it on either side. So that should be on the way. And that'll start filling this up. And then they should start mining. Maybe if I don't... Max consumption 1 megawatt per. Haha, yeah. What can I actually produce here? I think I could produce a lot of... I think I could definitely produce a lot of power. I mean, we're going to see here. Oh, yeah. Not a problem, because I'm fairly certain these will just, ramp up. The only problem is processing all of this down, because you got to do that whole fancy, you take it and you crush it, right? You crush it, then you wash it, and then the washed becomes powder, right? And see, we don't even have these anion, the exchange beads, the blue exchange beads. That's what I'm going to call them, the blue beads. We don't have any of the blue beads here, so we cannot even process this. So option number 2 is simply bring back all of the lovely goodness here. What does this stack to? 40! Oh, that's painful. That is absolutely painful. I guarantee you the ingots stack really high. Oh man. What does it take? This takes cryonite rods. Cryonite rods takes cryonite. I don't even have cryonite yet. I didn't even look at that. Oh, I cannot even use this. Okay, so option number 2 is mass store this stuff right now, and that's definitely what we're going to go on. We will go ahead and put up probably another run of miners on either side here, as far down as we can go, and we got to do the same ordeal with the power. And I'm just gonna have to get this started and just let it stockpile some of this iridium. I honestly had not even looked at the recipe, and it's just a buster right there. That one is just a buster. We could not even if I wanted to make use of this yet, because I don't have cryonite, which means we're gonna have to go to another new planet and get that resource and figure out what we're gonna do with that to get it over here. Oh my goodness. Obviously I want to refine it all the way down. I mean, what do I need here before that point? I can get it all the way to the powder with the blue beads, and then I need vulcanite block. I'm fairly certain if I core mine here, I'm going to get this core fragment, which is the iridite core fragment, and it will then produce regular core fragments, which I can break down and get vulcanite from right here locally on the planet. So, with that being said, we can work on coming up with some kind of a system to produce vulcanite here. I didn't bring any core miners with me, right? No core miners. I don't see any. So we won't worry about that just yet. We are going to go ahead and get the storage down, and I think what I'm going to do here is put down something along the lines of this, just to get 4 full warehouses worth of the ore sitting here. And I say full, I mean it's only 40. It only stacks to 40. It just sounds wrong even saying that. Who thought that was a good idea? Stacking to 40. This is gonna barely be anything. Okay, well, and it's slow to mine too. You know, all of a sudden feeling like this trip here has been for nothing. Just kidding. We're good. We're gonna make it. This is gonna fill up in a heartbeat, but that's okay. We'll have those here. We're getting it. We're gonna get our sulfuric acid, used up Actually, I don't think we'll use it up because this thing is going to fill up so quickly. But that's alright. You know what? I have some extra warehouses. Why not do a few extra? This is horribly inefficient, but that is okay. Let's get it turned around and set up. There we go. That'll be a little bit more. I won't feel quite as bad about it. And then obviously when I start processing all this, I'll break these and stop them so that I can use it all up and get rid of this buffer. I don't need all of these storage, these warehouses full of the ore sitting here at all times. It's how we're going to get away with it right now. But there, we've got that mining. So question is, do I go ahead and set everything up here on this planet up until the point where we need the blue beads, which take the cryonite, which washed cryonite. So let's look at cryonite. All right, so we get the cryonite, you crush it, and then you wash it. It just takes water, gives you water back, you get a little bit of stone out of it. And then you take that washed cryonite, and you don't have to do anything special to it other than make it into rods. So it's not that hard of a setup in order to get it. Do you need anything special to mine cryonite though? That's the million-dollar question. So let's take a look here and see, is that what this is, cryonite? Oh, there's a little bit of a threat on that planet. Hold on, let's see, can I do this again? 0 threat. I mean, I could just blast something right out of here. Ooh, this has barrel too. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so I think this is the place to go right here. You get cryonite and barrel, and this is the thing that I was going to need, that I thought I was going to need next, because I didn't know I needed cryonite. Let's take a look at the surface real fast and look at cryonite and see if it takes any crazy or wild things in order to mine. No, see, it doesn't say anything. Mining time 200%, which I guess that means it takes a lot longer to mine, or twice as long to mine, but hey, don't really care. I've got really awesome miners and I can throw some wicked speed upgrades onto here. And it's, I mean, right here in the beginning. And quite a decent amount too, right? 4.8 million right there. And there's barrel right there. Actually, all of the base resources except for oil is right here at the beginning. And I don't even know if this planet has oil. I didn't think to look at that on the little resource chart over there, but I mean, it's fine if it doesn't. I don't need oil here. I can do the same thing where I just send an entire rocket's worth of rocket fuel. That sounds horribly inefficient, but you know what? I'm beginning to like inefficiencies, and that feels wrong, but that's okay. We can go there and get that. That was the moon Tango, right? Let's see. I've lost it. Where did it go? No. Why did I say Tango? Where did I see Tango? Tango orbit. But where? I think I was looking at this one. No, I don't know. Anyways, that's where I want to go next. I would like to go to Marzana and get some cryonite. So let's put this on a hold here and go get what we need to get set up on that planet. Now, I did notice that its solar efficiency is horrible. That's what I was just looking at over there. Solar is only 21%. That's awful. So we definitely want to make sure that we bring what's necessary to get our reactor online there for sure. We don't want any goof ups, any silly mishaps. Trying to think. Do I really need holy empty barrels? Ooh, I should recycle those empty barrels. Alright, we're going to leave everything that's here. We won't steal anything from this spot. But what I am going to do is, holy cow, we are... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Our miners with their constant drain. And, well, really, it's assembly machines, too. Ooh. Okay. That's alright. I don't need this place running 24/7. You can run during the day, and if you just... Wait a minute, it is daytime, right? It's so hard for me to tell. No, I have my light on. It's not daytime. So what's producing power right now? The solar panels are producing power. And it's... Okay, so it is going up. So day is on its way. Anyways, getting distracted. Let's move on. We will drop off those because those were meant to be here. I do want to drop down a radar so that I can see what's going on, and probably a radar right there in that blueprint. Oh, I should have dropped a radar up here next to our obnoxiousness that is our mining setup. There, now I can just kind of peek over here and see how this is going. Alright, so we can head back to support system failure. Forgehammer. It's because you don't have water. Right? Uh-oh. What does the blinking mean? Support system failure. Is it because the accumulators are empty? Probably. It'll be okay. I don't even have water to this yet. Let's just head back. Get some water fill. Load up on everything. You know, actually I think I want to focus my efforts here on this planet. So let's head back to Novice. Not Novice Orbit. I'd like Novice, please. Am I missing something? It's right above it. We're all good. Don't you worry. We will get there. Alright, there's no sense in bringing anything back from here yet, like I said, so we will launch and let that do its thing. We can head back to Novice. I'm going to bring some core miners, let's see, some pulverizers, and some things in order to take care of setting up core mining right there on that planet. Forgehammer. Probably a good idea to go ahead and drop one of those in. Just trying to figure out, oh goodness, I've got these things everywhere. I should really come up with a better system. Okay, so core mining drills, something that I want to bring to me, and they look like that right there. I don't know, what is 10 good? What's our little, I mean, I think it's planet dependent. That's the thing, is I don't know. We've got 8 here. And this setup won't work for any other planet outright because this is the one core fragment. You have to process it twice. So it'll be the core fragment from whatever planet you go to, and then you have to reprocess everything else. Yeah, so let's grab pulverizers. I have how many? 20? I don't know, 30 will be fine. I hope. As soon as I say that, I know it won't be. Alright. And these things are going to be washed, which is done in chemical plants. I already took a bunch of those. Oh yeah, water fill. That was the whole reason for this return trip here. This wonderful and glorious return trip. Let's grab a bit of this. I should have enough pipes to set everything else up. Oh boy, and that'll get the nuclear plant running, and then no more will we have issues with power. Now, let's see. I probably should bring back some more fuel on this trip, and also maybe even sulfuric acid. Let's just hand throw some sulfuric acid in there, and we will let it fill up with fuel. I really don't want to be stuck there and not be able to get back. This is probably way too much fuel. I can do the math to figure it out, but it'll be alright. Let's let that run right there. We've got our core mining drills. I'm probably going to want a little bit more express belt or blue belt. Let's see, what do we want to do? I don't know, 1,000 sounds good to me, and everything else kind of looks fine. I'm not too worried about it. Oh, you know what, let's go ahead and make sure that we have 100 undergrounds and 100 splitters. That way I can do any balancing that I might need to do. I don't need all those. Alright. I also don't need space filters, but I don't want those to be far away. So I will just dump them off right here. Try and think, is there anything else that I might need? Probably a little bit more of our substations. And we should be good with this. We can get things up and running, and we should be able to get everything to the process short of making the what we need the cyanite rods for, the beads. But I can get everything else set up. And that's what we're gonna do. We're still waiting on a couple of things. This is fueled up. It's filling the liquid rocket fuel in. Just pick that up, and then we've got liquid rocket fuel. A little bit more. I may not wait for a full rocket. I think I just threw stone in there. Not what I wanted to do. It's fine. We can yank it right back out and get rid of that stone. Alright. That should be pretty much it. What do we have? We're almost full here. As soon as we get full, we're going to launch back. And we've got a landing pad this time, thank goodness. Fueled up and ready to go. Was there anything else that we were going to need for Forgehammer? I don't think so. I think we were waiting on pumping water into this setup right along here. And then we got to start dealing with this. We can get this crushed down, which actually means I might want to stop it now. fairly certain that's what I want to do. So I don't have a giant backup. Since I'm going to come back here and go ahead and set up processing, I can get going into it a little bit. I can crush it and wash it and have it ready to become the powder, and then we'll wait at that stage and maybe buffer it at that stage. Are we good? Are we full? We're full. We're launching. Alright, let's go. Oh, we're doing it again. No more rocket fuel. I gotta forget. I should really put a logic onto that right there. Some logic to stop it from, some conditions to stop it from just filling it the moment that it's done. What? What? You kidding? We crashed? Oh, come on. It's just rude. Just rude. Did it actually destroy anything or just damage a bunch of stuff? Goodness. Just had to. Also, let's see what, you need 24 offshore pumps, don't you? Oh. The pain is real. We will do it like this and get it started. Because you can't put these right beside one another. I think I can fit 3 right in here. If I change this. Alright, so this is what I want to do. Oh yeah, I can't do that. We'll have to do this right here. It's getting to be tricky right here. Because I put the water fill just a little too close. So how am I gonna do this? This one works just fine, right? But then this one does not fit in here real pretty because it's gonna connect right there. We'll let it slide and see what happens. Maybe it can do that, I don't know. Just maybe that won't cause catastrophic failure. Now, this should start producing power here shortly. Oh boy, we are absolutely dead in the water. Ouch. Hey, wait a minute. This isn't hooked up, is it? Now it's not. I looked at that and for a second I was quite confused. And then the thought occurred to me. It's not hooked up to the solar panel network. Let's get some more offshore pumps in here. Run right over like so. Water. Now, how am I going to get this to work? I don't have enough. I do not have enough offshore pumps. So what I might actually do here is let that be 2, right? And then try and sneak one in right along here somewhere, and that might be to 2 of these as well. I don't know if this is going to work, but we will see what we can get, and then we've got, what, 3 left? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We will drop down this last one, and that means we have 3 remaining here, so that's not a problem. Now I'm just trying to make this look decent enough. And primarily function. That's what I would really like. There we go. So now I should have water in all of these. And I used the 10 water fill. Now this time we will back the water fill up a little bit. And I should be able to make this look a lot prettier. What am I missing here? One more. Okay, and of course I place it just barely off. Alright. And what I'm going to do is just like so for this one. Now I know that some of those were not reaching, and that's okay because I will double up down here. So let's slap power right there and right there. Hold up, why is that not powered? There we go. Now we've got water going, but it's not going down here. So plug that in. Good to go. Perfect. Then I can just run it in like so until I reach the point where this no longer reaches. Did I just skip? I went too far. It goes right there. Perfect. And I only have 2 more to go. This one reaches. Wow. I'm impressed. Put an underground right in front of an underground. And, oh yes, but here's the issue where I need to do a little something different here, and that I need to, let's see, get both of these going off of one water thing here, and then this one water thing will just come out one more, and we'll do roughly the same thing right there, where I just split it into 2 there, and that gives all these water. And yes, I know if this thing's running wide open, that's not enough water. I can grab some more offshore pumps later. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna have to have more because oh, in order to wash this stuff, I need water. Exciting things are happening all the time. Alright, are we running? We're running. We've got fuel in here, which means we should be building up steam. I think it's in the heating up process, right? Yeah, we're not quite hot enough to start producing steam, but it's running. And when it gets flowing, the power will not stop. And that's good. I brought loads and loads of uranium cells. That will function for now. And we can do what we need to do around here in order to get things situated. And I need to go back. I need to grab more offshore pumps. I need to look at the core mining drill. You know what? Just slap it down. What do we get? 100% effective. Right? We knew what we were going to get, but I just want to see the item. Yep, core fragment iridite. So we use those. We're going to get iridite out of it, which means honestly, I can just rip up the miners I have up there mining the iridite itself and just core mine here. I think we will get a pretty decent amount from it. But that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And if you would like to see more content like this in the future, consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, I will see you all next time.